see. Hold on.
I should have tried to dick her down before she got famous.
All right, let me start over my OBS thing first. All right, cool. Let me try to start this shit again. Okay, I think we're back on. We're back on. God damn it, we are back on. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see me. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Are we back on this bitch?
All right. Yeah, I'm still here. I didn't hang up yet.
All right, cool. All right, so they saying it's working now. You good?
Rob Cruz said to pay your bill, nigga.
I know, right?
Pay your fucking internet bill, nigga. Fuck, man.
That's why I gotta get these tickets to this fucking seminar so I can get these bills paid. You feel me? We gotta help each other out. All right, so we good? We good? Y'all can see me? All right, they saying it's good. They saying everything is good. Yeah, so, you know. But yeah, man, it's like...
This nigga drinking tea?
Hell yeah, nigga.
Nigga, you drinking tea?
I gotta drink tea, man. I've been working too hard, man. Niggas they don't understand. I'm an old ass dude, son. I'm an old ass dude. I be looking in the mirror. I got some gray in the beard and shit. You feel me? But you know niggas be looking young. But yeah, Motivated Mike. The seminar, the first seminar is gonna be in New York, and we're gonna try to get one up in Florida, and then a few other spots. You feel me? So you know, we gonna definitely make that shit happen. You feel what I'm saying?
We need cats to start really shouting out where y'all from so we can see how many people we got, man.
Exactly.
We need to hit. You feel me?
Exactly. We got to see what other cities we got to get to.
I see Motivated Mike is from LA. What's going on, Motivated Mike?
So the first seminar is April 14th, 2018, and it's going to be in New York City, and then we're gonna have some other dates. We're working on the other dates now. So we're trying to figure out what cities and spots we're going to do and all that other good shit. So, you know, so we're going to get that shit popping. But yeah, all that shit's coming down the line. Don't worry about that. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. But today's topic though, we was going to be talking about why you have a lot of negative experiences with women. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, first of all, before I even talk about why you're having the negative experiences, first, you know, you could look at it as, you know, you could look at it as depending on what you see as, if you see things as positive or negative. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing. So a lot of it is your perspective.
Mindset is important.
Right.
Yep.
So no matter what happens, you know, it is what it is, but you can see it as negative or positive. It all depends on how you see it. Now, with that being said, let's take it down to more of a societal level of what most guys would say is negative. You know, stuff like, you know, girls rejecting them, girls not wanting to talk to them, girls flaking on them a lot, chicks sort of being mean to you. You feel what I'm saying? Just being rude and shit.
Right.
So one of the things that why you're having negative experiences with women, right? One of the things is because women are responding to how you show up to them. You understand? Just in general. So what I mean is that if you're getting a lot of negative experiences when you're trying to approach girls and talk to girls and all the other shit, what's happening is that the reason why she's being negative towards you is because most of the time you're coming at her with an insecure vibe. You're coming at her with a vibe of you feel like you shouldn't be talking to her anyway. You feel like she's above you. You feel like you don't deserve her. All of these things. You
feel like you're bothering her.
Right, exactly. You feel like you're bothering her. All those things create those negative vibes, right? Now, the reason why women will be negative towards you when you do this, and I talked about this before, is that women equate the men that approach them to their value. I'm going to say that again. Women equate their value based off of the guys who approach them. You understand what I'm saying? So what that means is if you're like a goofy type of insecure dude and then you muster up that courage to approach that woman and then she's, you know, you're trying to interact with her but you're all nervous, you don't know what you're doing and you're sort of like bullshitting around. What happens is that she sees you as a type of dude who's sort of lame. So in turn, that makes her feel like she's lame, which makes her be negative towards you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So her energy that she's giving you is a reflection of what she sees in you. And what she's seeing in you is that energy you're bringing to her. You see what I'm saying? This is why we say game is so important, because that you being on top of your shit, you being confident, you being the type of dude who knows what he wants, knows what he's about, when you approach that woman, she feels that energy. Because what you got to understand is women are judging you based off a lot of different things. It's not just the way your face looks. Everybody thinks it's just the face. They're like, oh, if you have a cute face, then women are... You could have a cute face and then have no sex appeal, no swag, no charisma, nothing, and a chick won't be feeling you. You see what I'm saying? Or you could be a dude who is average looking, that most people say average looking, and you got the swag, you got the confidence, you dress well, and that woman is going to be feeling you more than the guy who has a nice face who don't have shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So the thing is that this is what you got to understand. The negativity comes in, right, based off of how you're presenting yourself to her. Because remember, women generally only get with the guys who approach them, meaning they choose from the guys who approach them. You see what I'm saying? Us men, we have the option of going up and approaching whoever the fuck we want. You feel what I'm saying? So what happens is that imagine when you're approaching like a whole bunch of different chicks. Let's say you're trying to approach the 8, 9s, and 10s, right? But you notice that you're only getting the 5s and the 6s. So you approach like, from 5 to 10, but you're usually getting the 5s and the 6s, whatever that is to you, right? Since you're getting the 5s and the 6s, but you want the 9s and the 10s, you feel a certain type of way. You're like, damn, how come I can't get the 9s and the 10s? Right? So you basically judge yourself, you judge your game based off of who you can attract. The same thing goes for women. Women are judging their game based off of who they attract. So when you come up to that chick and you're so fucking nervous and on some cornball shit, but she sees the other guy who's confident, she's like, damn, how come the confident guy didn't come up to me? Maybe I suck. Maybe all I can attract is this, goofy ass dude. Fuck out of here. Get away from me. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you'll get those negative reactions from women, because you're not showing up as that dude. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I tell guys it's so important to work on your appearance, work on your confidence, work on your verbal skills, because when you talk to a girl, you approach her, you talk to her, she's judging all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Within minutes, she's judging the tone of your voice, how confident you say with the shit you say, the shit you're wearing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? She's judging all of that shit, and she's making an assumption based off of that judgment. Now, is her assumption always correct? Not necessarily, but based off of how you come at her, sometimes if her judgment is wrong, let's say you on point, but she sort of like prejudges you because you are dressed a certain way, or she gets a certain vibe from you, where she assumes you're a certain type of way. But what happens is that as you're interacting with her, she starts to get the vibe of how you really are and how you in the field. So then that turns the girl who had the assumption, who would have probably been negative towards you, to the girl who's warming up to you. This is why sometimes you see, like, when guys approach women, and this probably happened to you too sometimes, where you approach the girl at first, she's sort of like giving you shit, or she's sort of like she's standoffish, or she's not really engaging. And then all of a sudden, maybe a minute or two later, as you're talking, she starts to warm up to you. That happened because since you were so on point, you knew how to turn that around. You knew how to turn that energy around. So that energy created that situation to where you got her. Even though she at first was looking at you like, oh, this guy's on some whatever shit. You see what I'm saying? And this is why it's so important to step your shit up, to practice talking to women, to make sure that you are on point with your clothing, the way that you appear. You understand? Work on, workout, fucking do as many things as you can. Not even necessarily just for the chicks, but just in general for you. But as a byproduct, women are going to start fucking with you because you're on your own. Just like we talk about, you're on your purpose, you're doing your thing. That's when a chick is like, oh shit, this guy is on point. Because what you got to understand, let's say you approach a girl and all she's getting approached by, or 90% of the guys or 80% of the guys that's approaching her are dudes who ain't doing shit. They ain't about shit. They ain't got no direction. They ain't really fucking around. They just smoking, drinking, playing video games. They ain't got shit going on. Then you approach her. Maybe you don't do all of that, but you're just a little bit nervous. You're just a little bit insecure. You're just, you're just the average dude who has nothing really going on. She's still going to feel negative towards you because she's lumping you in almost the same category as all those other guys who was on that bullshit. All those other guys she wasn't feeling. So now it's the frustration of the fact that she's not getting the type of guy she wants, and now you have become another guy on top of the pile of guys that she's like, why am I keep attracting all of these fucking losers? You see what I'm saying? And so,
Go ahead. And let me add something to that real quick too. Like another thing I think guys they miss is, and it's something that they got to work on, is it's not just your appearance, right? But it's your attitude and your presence.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's your state of being. You understand? Like it's your it's your demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand something. Like like you were saying, you could be good looking and nobody will still fuck with you. Because you probably got a sourpuss face, or you look sad, or you look like somebody killed your dog or some shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the only reason why you look like that is because in your mind you have issues with hollering at girls. Period. You know, so it's like, I don't really want to be here trying to talk to these girls and da 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 da. But the truth is, you got to get over that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to. You kind of have to. Because it's not. You ever notice how some people, when they walk into a party, like say it's a house party, and you don't really know everybody, but you kind of know a couple of people.
Right.
And you walk in like, yo, everybody was good.
Right.
This party started, yo, blah 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 blah. Like you got all this energy, right?
Right.
People deal with you different than when you just walk into the party with your head down and you go slide into the corner.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, there's a difference between when you walk into a party and you say, yo, what up, yo, da da da, what's good, and you give everybody that. You hugging girls that you know, and a couple of girls that you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's actually a good strategy, because those same bitches, you could go back over to them and be like, yo, I don't even know you. Why you was working on me earlier?
Right, exactly.
But it's that energy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is the reason why you guys are having negative experience with bitches, because listen, I told you already. These bitches know they ain't shit. They know. They look. You know, like you guys have to see the psychology that's happening in this whole situation. These chicks, they know that the only thing of value they have is between their legs.
Right.
Most of them have no personality, and they have absolutely nothing interesting about them.
Right.
You understand? So what do? Excuse me. They put on layers and layers of makeup, and they find the tightest fucking pair of jeans they could find, and the lowest cut shirt they could get.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And they come out, and they're waiting for you to tell them that it's all right to have some fun. Right.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
You need to step to these bitches like, yo, shorty, what's up? I love that blouse. What's good, though?
Right.
You have to give them that. You have to give them that thing. And let me tell you something. When you step to a chick in that mode or fashion, right, and they start acting funny, because, all right, I know you have a lot of niggas, they're like worried about how it's going to look on the outside, like how other people are looking at them, right?
Right.
How does it look when you're confident, you got your arms open, you looking around, you giving dap, you hugging people, and then you step to this girl like, hey girl, how you doing? How was your week?
Right.
Oh, it was so crazy this week, man. I'm just so glad to be at this party. How you doing? What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. Right? When she starts acting like a snotty, uppity bitch, trust me, everybody's going to be looking at her like it's something wrong with her, not you.
Right, exactly. You
understand?
Exactly.
Because you came in this party showing love. You came up in the club showing love. You came in the bar showing love. You understand? You came into the situation showing love to everybody. So when you go up to her and you say hello, introduce yourself, and you extend your hand and all of that shit, and she starts acting stupid, trust me, she looks stupid to everybody else. Because you're the guy with all the positive energy.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl, right?
Exactly. But when you come up in there, you're already mad at the fact that you gotta talk to this bitch, and you don't like this, and you don't like that, and you think you're not good looking enough, and you don't have enough money, and you're, you know, all of this shit, right? All of this negative shit that you're thinking about. And then you walk up to some girl with your fucking shoulders all hunched over, looking down at the ground, talking, excuse me, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Who the fuck wants to interact with you, bro?
Right.
Who?
And then
woman, or child.
Right, and then they gonna look at him like, oh, he's a creep. You feel what I'm saying? That's where that shit comes from. You see what I'm saying?
Nigga, if you want to have better experiences, then just be better.
Right. Real shit.
Just be better. Think about having fun. Think about having a good time. Think about smiling. Think about laughing. Think about your presence. This is your presence. This is you. This is your energy. This is what you give off.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If you want to minimize negative experiences, then stop being negative.
Facts. That's all. Because, you got to understand something. This is what guys forget. Women are followers, and women care extremely, they care about what other people think. You see what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
So when she's dealing with you, right? This is what's going to happen. When a guy comes up to her and he's all nervous and goofy and awkward, what she's thinking is, I can't be with this guy. What are people going to think about me being with this guy? How is this guy gonna? You see what I mean? But if a dude come up to her on some proper shit, he's confident. He's like, what's good, blah blah blah. She's thinking, oh shit, this guy's confident as hell. Like, he seems fun as hell. Like, I want to be a part of what the fuck he's doing. He got all this energy. Everybody likes him. I want to be a part of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they do.
When you walk into the party, giving everybody that, hugging people, what you're basically doing is you're getting everybody on your side.
Right.
You understand? Everybody in that realm is like your friend at that point.
Right.
Understand? So when she starts acting funny, she looks bad, not you.
Right. Exactly.
But it's so many, and I've done it before, which is why I know what I'm talking about. Where it's like you're just not feeling it that night, or you just have all these negative thoughts, and you don't feel good. And truthfully, on those nights when you really feeling like fucked up, you probably shouldn't go out. To be honest.
Right.
Probably shouldn't go out. You know what I mean? But if it's a regular night and you're fine, you're just being who you are. Think about having a good time. Think about having a good fucking time. Get people on your side. So when this bitch starts acting funny, because just like you said, she's thinking to herself, what are other people seeing when I say hello to this guy? You know what I'm saying? Right,
exactly.
She's a female. She's looking for validation from everything around her. You understand? So when you come into the party, giving half the people in the fucking bar gap and saying what's up to the bartender and being cool and ordering a drink and just being cool, just having fun. When you step to the girl and she starts acting stupid, she's the one that looks crazy, B. You understand?
Real
shit. A lot of these niggas, y'all tiptoeing and you scared and you mad and you have all these negative thoughts about you. And trust me, people can see it and sense it and feel it. You understand? So when you step to her, she's thinking about everybody else's perception of you too.
Right.
And they're like, well, this nigga look like a nigga that's not sure of himself. This look like a nigga that don't know how to have fun. So I'm gonna act like I'm gonna be like everybody else and not give him the time of day.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's really where it's right there.
Exactly. And it's funny you brought it up because this is the reason why guys who actually get chicks get more girls, because when a chick knows that you fuck with other chicks, that's just her finding out that it's okay to fuck with you. That's what she's thinking. She's like, well, there must be something cool about this guy if other chicks want to get with him. You feel what I'm saying? But if you're the type of guy who seems like you don't even know how to talk to a woman, she's like, oh my God, I don't even want to talk to this guy. And I'm sure ain't no other chicks trying to talk to him. He's super awkward on some bullshit. So I'm going to reject him too. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you guys got to understand how that shit works. And another reason why you guys have negative experiences is when you actually do get with a chick, right? You sort of let the bad behavior slide and you still keep fucking with the girl. You feel what I'm saying? Or you see red flags and you keep getting at her. You keep trying to be with her. Or, you know, she's being on some bullshit and you just let it slide and you keep doing your thing. And so what happens is that you ignore those things and you're like, well, you know, whatever, she's hot, I'm going to still try to make it happen. And then what happens is that if you continue to deal with her, you're basically inviting a lot of negativity into your situation. You see what I mean? Because I've been in those situations where I've been with chicks who are fucking, I'm like, oh man, she's so hot. But I knew she was on some bullshit. I knew she was kind of crazy. I knew she was on some nonsense, but I still was fucking with her. And then all of that negative energy and all that shit came around me. And it was like, damn, you know what I mean? So it was my fault because I should have nipped that in the bud from the beginning. But my thirstiness to really fuck with her took over. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know,
right.
you guys got to understand that shit. Because this is the thing. You're going to run into chicks who are like, let's say at first it might not be negative, but then you sort of start to see certain things. So at that point when you see it, that's when you got to make the choice. That's when you make the decision to say, okay, am I going to keep fucking with her or am I going to kick her to the curb? You understand? And so when you decide to keep fucking with her, that's when you're making a conscious decision to stay on that course and open yourself up to drama. You see what I'm saying? So you guys, you got to understand this shit, man. You got to be strong in this motherfucking game because there's going to be girls who are sexy as fuck, but you're going to have to let them go. You feel what I'm saying? And I've done that shit, and trust me, it's not easy when you first doing that shit. It's not easy. Like this time, and there's been chicks where, I mean, these chicks was so fucking bad. It was disgusting. But I already saw the red flag, so I was like, nah, I'm going to have to fall back. I'm going to have to, like, call it a day with this chick. I'm going to have to keep this shit moving because I already seen where the shit was going to go. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's crazy, man. Shit is crazy. But yeah, that's why, you know, you got to get out for that ego shit because your ego will make you keep trying to fuck with her. Because you're like, oh, but she's bad and I got to fuck her so that I could be a cool pickup artist, pimp, Mac player nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why dudes be getting caught up because you got the girl there and you're like, but I got to fuck her so I could solidify my pimp ways, so I can solidify that I'm the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what fucks you up. Because your ego will get your ass in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want to prove to yourself that you can fuck this hot girl.
There's no need to solidify that shit. You gotta fucking wake up with that shit, man.
Exactly.
You gotta wake up with that shit. That's why a lot of cats be fucking up because they talking about, you know, what the fuck is confidence and how you gonna know if you're confident unless somebody tells you.
Right.
The fuck you mean, man? Like, yo, where these, like, how many of y'all niggas got raised by women? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, no offense to y'all niggas that got raised by your moms or your grandmothers, but I need y'all to understand something, homie. Confidence starts from within.
Right.
If somebody got to tell you to have confidence, then you're lost.
Right. Exactly.
You're lost.
Exactly.
You understand?
But
your confidence starts with you. You got to decide. Like, that shit is a decision. That shit don't got nothing to do with nothing. That shit is a decision. Because to be a certified pimp player ass nigga, you gotta be that before you get your first hoe.
Exactly right. Exactly.
That's what y'all niggas don't understand. You think a pimp nigga is waiting to get his first hoe to decide that he's a pimp? How the fuck did he get the first hoe?
Exactly.
So by y'all logic, the nigga, his name is Calvin Jenkins from down the street, right? And he's just a regular ass nigga, right?
Right.
So he's wearing this fucking slacks and plaid shirt and glasses.
Right.
And he's walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me some chick rolls up on Calvin, looking the way he looks, acting the way he acts,
mm-hmm.
and says, "I want a hoe for you." And
mm-hmm.
then Calvin says, "Yeah, that's what that." And then because this bitch came up to me and now she wants a hoe for me. All of a sudden, I go from Calvin to Silky Johnson.
Right.
No, nigga. Before the bitch even looked at him, Calvin had to go and find that fucking purple suit
mm-hmm.
and that green hat with
mm-hmm.
the yellow feather sticking
mm-hmm.
out of it.
Right.
Put on the chain and the fucking the platform bell-bottom shoes and all this shit,
mm-hmm.
and fucking candy paint his fucking Cadillac.
Right.
Right. And when somebody said, "What's your name, nigga?" He said, "My name is Silky fucking Johnson,
mm-hmm.
and I'm a pimp."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where's the hoes at? I'm going to get him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Right, because look, she had to recognize he was a pimp before she even decided that she could hoe for the nigga. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So how the fuck he get the hoe if he's not the pimp first? You feel what I'm saying? That's what dudes don't understand. That's like me just chilling in my living room, just out the blue. Nobody don't know who Mr. Locario is, right? And a nigga just call up my fucking hotline just out of the blue and just be like, "Yo, I need some dating advice." How the fuck would that even happen? How do you know I'm who I am to even give you that advice? I had to first become who I am to believe that I could be this dude in order for you to even ask me that question. You see what I'm saying? So how the fuck? That's like saying, well, I needed y'all to ask me a question about dating before I became a dating coach. Like, I couldn't have became a dating coach until you asked me a question about dating. No. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you do the thing because that's coming from inside you. You put it out into the world, and then you attract people. You attract things to you. So I don't understand how motherfuckers gonna talk about confidence is bullshit, and it's like, the shit don't even make sense. You feel what I'm saying? This shit makes no sense.
What the, like, just simple shit. Like, so they talk about, Thomas Edison making the light bulb and shit,
mm-hmm.
right? Now, granted, now he's not even a good example because he stole the invention from niggas.
Right.
But let's look at the Wright brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they came up to somebody and said, "You know what? I want to fly one day."
Right.
And niggas looked at them and laughed at their ass and told them that they was fucking crazy and they need to go sit down somewhere.
Right.
Right? What really happened? Why the fuck did they keep trying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why did they keep trying out different designs to figure out how to make a flying machine, huh?
Right.
You mean, because if they was waiting on niggas to tell them, well, hey, you guys are on the right track. I'm giving you validation for the confidence to create a flying machine.
Right.
No, that's not how it went, nigga.
Right.
That's not how it went. Them niggas woke up with a dream
mm-hmm.
and they followed it through.
Mm-hmm.
That's confidence.
Right.
That's confidence. Making something from nothing is confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And for y'all niggas who don't understand that, either listen to what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, and that'll lead you to confidence,
mm-hmm.
or other than that, there's no hope for you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the Wright brothers got no fucking support. Them niggas was crazy to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Them niggas were fucking lunatics. Understand? And now people is booking fucking plane tickets all over the goddamn place because
mm-hmm.
of these niggas.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Because
don't tell me, don't fucking, just because you don't understand it, don't fucking tell me confidence is bullshit.
Exactly. Facts. That's what I'm about to say too. You know what I mean? And even if you look at any successful rapper or fucking artist, most of them will tell you, yo, how many times niggas said I was never gonna make it? How many times motherfuckers said you're whack, your music is garbage, and they're still up to it.
Jay-Z talk about that shit all the time about
right.
how his uncle told him, "The fuck you think you doing? Like, you're not gonna sell 1 million records."
Right.
Jay-Z talk about that shit on almost every album.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his uncle. That's like his blood. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So why the fuck did Jay-Z keep going? And why do you listen to him now?
Exactly.
And why does his wife Beyonce? Why does he own titles? You know what I'm saying?
They don't get. I'm telling you.
He was waiting on somebody to tell him that he was good enough to fucking make it. Where were you? Like, come on, people. Y'all niggas gotta see and hear bullshit when you hear it. Like, recognize bullshit when you hear it, B.
Exactly.
Recognize bullshit when you hear it.
That's what happens, because a lot of these cats, you know, and it's sad, because if you actually take seriously when someone says confidence is bullshit, and then you notice that a lot of the motherfuckers who say that are the ones who don't got confidence. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what kind of shit does that tell you? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yo, and I know that niggas is gonna be on some niggas is sending shots on some subliminal shit and da. But nigga, that y'all niggas is on some petty shit, because the point that's trying to be made is that it's more like, other than fucking talking about any single person or trying to single anybody out, the point is to understand the importance of the idea.
Right.
You understand what
exactly.
I'm saying? That's the point. I don't give a fuck who it is, why they said it, who they do, whatever. I don't give a fuck about no individual person. I'm just trying to get y'all niggas to understand that confidence is not bullshit. And if you think that confidence is bullshit, you're gonna miss out on a lot of shit in your own life. And I don't want that for you.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about all that, you know, tit for tat, reality show fighting pussy nigga bullshit that y'all niggas try to incite all the time.
Right.
I'm trying to that the fucking idea is more important than all that shit.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
And I don't need young niggas coming up to be listening to dumb niggas saying shit like, yo, confidence ain't shit. You understand? Confidence is too important. Understanding that you have something to offer to this world is way more important than any of that bullshit.
Right.
And I need niggas to understand that shit and feel that shit. So when they fucking have a dream, or they have a goal, or they have a passion, that they have the confidence to fucking see it to fruition, so they can live their fucking dreams. See?
Real
that
shit.
shit is way more important to me than any of that other bullshit that y'all talking about. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So fuck anybody who's on that. Oh, these niggas is on some, or they trying to get at such and such. Fuck all of that. I don't give a fuck whether or not they even existed. Confidence and the idea of confidence is way more important.
Right.
Period.
Right. Real shit. Real shit. Hold on. Why is this fucking YouTube is acting stupid today? Hold on. Let me.
When niggas talk the real shit, they get tight.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Nah,
but
real shit.
let me get off this shit, because I'm sure niggas wanna.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, hit me as soon as you get off.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. See, this is why you guys gotta fucking get on the bad boy the Patreon, so you can hit a bad boy show. You feel me? Cause it's like y'all just now got a free bad boy show. You feel what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
So y'all definitely got to get on the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario and join that shit. Cause this is the type of shit y'all missing. You feel what I'm saying?
For real.
So but yo, I'm gonna hit you later, Miles. All right.
All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good show.
Later. Yeah. All right. Y'all was ready to call it. Y'all was like, yeah, what's going on?
Jazz Nez from London.
What's poppin', man? What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you been?
I've been good. I've been chilling. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Any more trips to Florida or anything like that?
Oh, nah, not yet. I'm just working on these live shows we're gonna have it soon, so that's pretty much it. But what's going on with you though?
Yeah, I've just been like this afternoon and this evening. I've just been approaching chicks in central London. I mean, I know that you keep telling me that I should lay off the liquor before doing it and stuff like that, but I just can't help myself. I couldn't help myself today, so I was just like knocking knocking back quite a few, like maybe 6 or 7 doubles.
Oh, damn.
I'm a bit like drunk in it still. So I was gonna ask, like, what do I do in a situation where, like, if I go up to a girl and she acts all like rude and disrespectful, because I had two instances today. So I don't know if I should just like let it go or say something witty. Like the first time was when I went up to this Oriental girl and I was like, "Yo, are you from China? Because I'm trying to get your number." And then she was like, started getting all leery and lippy with me and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
man, dude. So this is what I would tell you to do. I would tell you to drop the pickup line stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that instead of doing all that, right? Like, do that. Like, just approach her just on some regular shit. Now, once you start like getting like a conversation going, and you see that she's sort of warming up to you and she likes you, whatever, or she's like giving you the back and forth, then you can say shit like that, because that's kind of funny. But the thing is that if you're gonna use shit like that, use it in conjunction with you and the girl already sort of like, having that a little bit of a connection at first before you even, because when you say it without it, it sounds kind of cheesy. You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is, when you first approach girls, what you want to do is you just want to get to the point where you got them having a conversation with you. So if you see a girl on the street, you be like, "Hey, how you doing, miss? What's going on? Let me speak to you for a second. What's your name?" "Oh, Stacy. What's going on? My name is Nez. What's popping? What you up to today?" You just real regular with it, because if she's stopping to talk to you, right, that's a good sign that she's actually interested in talking. You understand? There's something about you that makes someone to stop and have a conversation with you. You see what I mean? And then so once you're doing that, you start to see if she's sort of like, responding to you positively. And the thing is with this, a lot of times when you talk to chicks on the street or whatever, you wanna make it not too long. You wanna make it quick. You understand? Maybe like 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops, if that much. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to be standing there all day asking a whole bunch of questions. You just get the information and then you hit her up later to do all that other shit later. You see what I mean? So the thing is that when you do it quickly and you just sort of start off just real like casual, it makes everything flow smoothly to where, you get her information. She's responding to you just as like a regular dude. You understand what I'm saying? And then she actually, like make something happen. Because see, this is the thing, and this is what guys gotta understand. For women, it's like this. When you, like, picking up women, to the woman, the interaction is supposed to feel as natural as possible. You understand what I'm saying? So, when you approach a girl and you say some pickup line, now the interaction becomes, I'm trying to pick you up. You feel what I'm saying? Versus, I'm naturally actually trying to do this, or I'm naturally having a conversation with you, and then I'm like, hey, let's, make something happen. Because the thing is that when you do that, when you do those pickup lines, she's thinking you're doing that to every other girl that's passing by. So it doesn't make the interaction it doesn't make it authentic to you and her. You see what I'm saying? So then it kind of throws them off. Like, what's up with this guy? You know what I mean? But if you just came on some regular shit, having a conversation, and it's almost like you're sort of evaluating her to see if you even want to, make something happen. You see what I mean? Then it comes off a little bit more natural. So, for example, even if you're talking to the girl and you're just having regular small talk conversation, and, you say to her like, "Oh, look, it's good talking to you. Have a nice day." And you shake her hand and you be like, wait a second. By the way, you kind of cute. We should like get together and get a drink sometime. Right? So it's almost like she's being thrown off by the fact that you're so smooth and normal, you understand, versus a lot of guys who come up to her who are either nervous, who are giving her pickup lines, who are doing all this other goofy shit, that she doesn't get to feel a natural interaction. You see what I'm saying? So so for women, it has to be the thing where they sort of feel it's a natural occurrence. It shouldn't feel like it's orchestrated. You see what I'm saying? Even if it is, even if whatever you're saying or doing, you sort of say the same shit to a lot of different girls, whatever. But it should seem natural in the flow of the situation. Because if it doesn't seem natural, it's going to take her out of the situation. Just like when you watch a movie, when the acting is great, you're so invested in the movie. When the acting sucks, the acting is so bad that it distracts you from the movie. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, so it's just all depending on how you do it. So I would say for you, when you start approaching women, start doing it just a little bit more like natural and laid back. And if you are gonna throw certain things out, you know, it shouldn't necessarily be where it's blatant that it's a pickup thing. You see what I mean? Because you can see a girl, let's say she has like a Hello Kitty book bag or some shit, and you could walk up to her and be like, yo, what? I don't understand. Why would a grown-ass woman be carrying a Hello Kitty bag? What's that about, right? And then you get into that conversation about that, and then you start talking to her or whatever. Either way, it seems natural. You understand what I'm saying? It seems like, oh, shit, this is kind of funny to me. What's this about? You see what I mean? So that's all you need to do. When you're doing super crazy pickup lines or you're coming across like some, you know what I mean? Chicks, they done been there, done that. They've seen it all the time. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but if you said that, then you're not going to take offense to that. Because, I mean, the second instance was when I approached the girl kind of naturally. I mean, it wasn't really like a disrespectful thing, but it was more like she was putting up some sort of shit test. I was like asking her about what books she read or she reads and stuff like that. And then I was like, yo, tell me what books you read, impress me and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, I got no desire to impress you and all this type of stuff. So I mean, I just kind of carried on a bit after that, but I didn't really know what to say. So should I just like say something witty or just...
No, in those situations, see, this is the thing. A woman, and this is the part, guys, you got to understand. The girl should always be in cooperation with the situation. So a little resistance is not a big deal, but if you're noticing that there's a lot of resistance, so let's say, for example, you're talking to her and she's not really looking at you and giving you one-word answers, that's already resistance right there. That's number one. Next thing you know, you say, you know, what book are you reading? You know, like, impress me with whatever. And then she's like, I don't feel like impressing you. That's two. Now, twice already, she's showing you resistance twice in a row. You feel what I'm saying? So what happens is that you can still try to go in and keep it going and blah, 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 and all this other goofy shit. But what I would say is that usually in those situations, you sort of should just keep that shit pushing and talk to the next girl. And the reason why I say that is because if the chick isn't showing any type of interest in the beginning, it usually, you know, and it's continuous disinterest, it's usually because she's not feeling you. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she at first seems a little disinterested when you first approach, but then also she's actually talking to you and giving you some, like, some energy, then that's one thing. But if you're talking to her, saying this, saying that, and she's still backing away, acting like she don't want to talk to you, blah, 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 you keep that shit pushing. You see what I'm saying? So the goal is not to just get that particular girl. The goal is to get women in general. And this I was talking about on the last show, is that you have to look at it like, I'm not going to waste too much time on you because there's so many other girls who I will approach and who will actually give me a little bit more rhythm than you were giving me. So I'm not going to worry about you and try to pull your teeth and bend your arm to try to get you to make something happen. No. See, and that's the problem with guys thinking about picking up women. There still has to be participation on her part. There has to be, you have to notice that there's somewhat participation on her part. If there's no participation consistently, that's a chick you don't really need to fuck with, because that's a chick who most likely is just not interested in you anyway. And the thing is, women are so passive that they're not going to outright say it, and at the same time, they still like your attention, because women still like your attention even if they're not into you. You see what I mean? They're into your attention. So what you need to do is you need to keep that shit pushing so she doesn't soak up any more of your attention, because now what she's doing is she's using you for that attention. But at the same time, she doesn't want to give you any type of indicator that she wants to continue talking or whatever, because what happens is that if she does continue to talk, then it's opening up leeway for you to actually probably make something happen, or for her to have to keep countering what you say. You see what I'm saying? So I would say a lot of times when you get that shit, just keep that shit pushing. You feel what I mean?
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I was watching your thing as well, that video that you put up, what was it, yesterday, about resentment towards girls or women, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I used to know a guy who a few years back, like, he would ask girls out and then get rejected, and then he'd like start bombarding them with like abusive text messages, and all this type of stuff, and abusive phone calls, and then end up getting arrested for harassment and taken to court.
Right. See, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that ego shit. That's that shit where, again, this is where what happens is that dudes are they're making their sense of well-being and their happiness based off of their outcomes with women, and this is what fucks it up, because then now the dude, he feels offended. He feels like, oh, because she did this, that means I ain't shit, so I'm mad at her. You see what I mean? And so that is what happens, instead of you accepting, hey, there's going to be girls who don't like you, there's going to be girls who do like you. And that's why I'm saying that there's no reason to waste a lot of time on a chick who's showing a lot of disinterest, because there's no reason, because there's a whole bunch of girls over there that could actually that you could get with, that could make shit pop. So it's up to you just to move from that one to that one. You see what I mean? So don't waste too much time. There should be some sort of indicators. And the thing is, in order to see those indicators, I'm gonna probably have to do a whole video just on that. Like when you're actually approaching a girl, and to see when you should keep going, like shit she'll do and say, and when you should fall back. Because I think a lot of guys don't really know how to do that, or because when they start talking to the girl, they say, well, I think I should keep trying. I think I got to try hard. I don't want to eject so quickly, because, I might miss out on this situation. But sometimes you need to eject because you are wasting time. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
But yo, listen, I appreciate the call, brother. I got a few more people trying to get up in here.
I'll talk to you later, yeah?
Definitely, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
But yeah, that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like, you guys gotta not be afraid to walk away. You feel me? Man. Let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Locario, what's up? It's J-Rob.
What up? What's poppin' with you?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm just chilling, but I've really just been I've been approaching a lot, but I think it's still something up with like my text game. I don't know, like how I should like approach the situation. Should I just like be like straight up with like what my intentions are, or like, because like I looked at other videos and they talk about like you gotta like soft seed it, like you can't just like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Like they saying you can't be direct with your text?
Yeah, basically.
So what do you do? So you talking about like when you meet a girl and you get her number, and then what do?
I get numbers easily.
And say it again?
I get numbers easily.
Right, and then what do you do once you get the number?
I just been texting them. I've been texting them like, I text them like, yo, when are you free?
Right. Okay, that's good.
And then like one John, she was bullshitting. Like she's just like flip floppy, and then like I sent, because one time I was just like I was like, come over, we can eat and watch Netflix, and then the John just started bullshitting. But like the takeoff, just like me and like the interaction, it just felt like everything clicked. Like she texted back quick as shit. Like she texted me first. And then when I sent that back, it was like, oh, I'm not interested. So I don't know, like, what did I do?
So she texted you first, and then he was like, yo, when you free? And then she texted you back, talking about she not interested?
Nah, she was like, she's free. She was free Friday. She get off work after, like at 6. She's like, what are we going to do? I was like, eat and watch Netflix. And then she was like, not interested. So I ain't know. I was like, that's weird.
No, that's good, because what it is that it's showing that she's not interested enough in you to do that with you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the thing is not necessarily that you're, that you're doing that. You understand? It's just the girl that you're trying to make it happen with. So sometimes what happens is, and this is why I did a video about this, where the easiest time for a woman to flake on you or dismiss you or to not really fuck with you is at the beginning, because she has no emotional attachment to you. Right. So the thing is that within the first stages of getting a chick's number. Now, there's certain things you can do to make a number more solid, meaning that, let's say when you meet a girl, let's say you met a girl at a bar or something, y'all were talking, y'all were going back and forth, having a good time, maybe y'all made out and kissed or whatever, and then you got information, you say, yeah, let's, get together, hang out, right? So in those situations, sometimes a chick might be a little bit more inclined to see you again because you did all of that versus a chick who you just got her number real quick for like a minute just off the street. But either way, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to get the girl. So this is why I always tell guys that at the beginning, the most important part of the situation is the actual numbers game. So what it is let's say, for example, this weekend you went out and you got 5 girls' numbers, right? All 5 of those girls, you should immediately hit them up the next day or whatever and be like, yo, what's good, when you free so we get together, get a drink or whatever, and whatever you're trying to do, right? The ones who are really interested, those are the ones who are going to get back and actually set a date with you. Now, it might be 1 out of the 5 girls. It might be 2 out of the 5 girls, or it might be 0 out of the 5 girls, right? But what you want to do at the beginning is it's almost like, you ever watch a fucking like a reality show and shit, and at the end of it, they have the elimination process where they have everybody standing up and they got to kick some people off. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same shit with the chicks. If I meet and I get 5 numbers this weekend, I hit all those 5 numbers up the next day to set something up. The ones who don't respond to me, right? What I do is I kick them off, and the ones who do respond to me, let's say 1 out of the 5 responds to me. And she's like, hey, what's up? I say, when are you free? She's like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm free on Tuesday. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me check my schedule. We at Tuesday. Sounds good. Let's meet up at 8 at wherever, right? So now I got her, and I dismissed the other 5. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's say one of those other 4 girls says some shit like, oh, I don't know, I'm not free, I'm not sure, blah, 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 and she's giving me the runaround. I just tell her, I say, hey, listen, holler back at me when you got time and we'll get together. And I just leave it. So now I got that one girl, and it may be one other girl I just said, hit me up. But what I do is that I talk to 5 more girls. And I do the same shit over and over again. So as soon as I get them, I try to eliminate them as soon as possible. That's what I be trying to tell guys to do. What guys do most of the time is they get a girl's information, they dwell on that girl, try to make it work with that girl, and then they spend so much time trying to make shit happen. That's the least efficient way to do it. The more efficient way to do it, you meet the girls, you hit them up as soon as possible to set that first date or that first hookup, and then if they actually come through, that's when you could start doing all that shit. Like, I always tell guys, most of the shit don't really start until that first meeting. Like, after you first met them, like let's say you met them at a bar, club, birthday party, whatever. Once you get her number, that's just like that's just the fucking intro. That's not even the main thing. The main thing is once she agrees to come see you again. You see what I'm saying? Because chicks will give their number to anybody. It's so easy to get a number. That's nothing. The thing is to be able to get her to come see you again. And usually the reason why I say to do it quickly is because at that moment, right, the momentum is high. So a lot of times, guys, they say, well, if you get a girl's number, you got to wait like a week or 2 weeks or 8 days or whatever it is. You could do that if you want, but my question to that always is, how much time do you want to waste? Because what happens is, if you call that girl a week later, and let's say she does pick up and she responds to you, that same girl would have probably picked up and responded to you if you hit her up the next day. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter about that. Now, if you wait a week and then you hit her up and then she's sort of like, yeah, let's get together, and then she flakes and then she's giving you the runaround. Now, all you did was delay the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? You want the bullshit to end as quick as possible. So when you first meet the chick, you want to put her through that ringer to say, okay, cool. So when you get her information, you're like, okay, I'm going to call her tomorrow. If she responds, we're going to make it happen. If she doesn't, she's charged. And that's the way to do it. That's like the advanced way to do that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So should I invite them like straight to my crib after I meet them, or like bring them out somewhere? Or
this is what I would do. I would say it all depends on how you and the girl well, a lot of times it's a gamble because it depends on how you and the girl interacted. Because, for example, there's chicks that I met on Tinder, right? Who, they, like, we would match, And then I would just hit them up and say, yo, what's up? You know, when you free, let's get together, get a drink. And then some of them will respond to me, and their first response would be, hey, do you want to fuck? You feel what I'm saying? So there are girls who just want to fuck like that. So if you say that to those girls, they're going to be like, yeah, I'll come to your crib. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're actually looking to fuck. You see what I mean? Then you're going to have the girls who they want to fuck, but they're not too, motivated to just come straight to your crib, you know, from the first meeting or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is that what you want to do is you want to sort of like gauge the situation. So if you met a chick, let's say if you met a chick in person at a bar, y'all were talking, y'all were having like a really good conversation, and what you should do is you need to set it up to where before you even take her number, you tell her what your intentions are. So you say to the girl, listen, man, you know, you kind of cute and all of that. I want to give you my number, but I'm gonna tell you now, like, I want to spend some time with you, but I just want to hook up. I don't want to like date. I don't got a lot of time to do that. So if you cool with that, let's make it happen. So now she's giving you the number with that in mind, right? So now when you hit her up, it's like, hey, what's up? When you free, come through to the crib, because she's already been prepared mentally for that. You see what I'm saying? And she's already spoke to you that first time you met, and everything's cool. Sometimes if you're online, you're gonna get a lot of chicks who you might need to actually, meet them for a drink first and then smash. You know what I'm saying? So that could happen also. But then there are other girls you can meet online and just smash them that quick. Again, it's still all random and it's a gamble, because what you're doing is that you're throwing something out there without really understanding or knowing where this girl's specifically coming from. You see what I'm saying? So it all boils down to what you want to do, because this is the thing. You could get a good string of women who want to hook up with you and just come straight to your house, but it depends on how you set it up. So if I'm going out and I'm speaking to a whole bunch of girls, I got to set it up that way to where when she gives me the number is solidified to where when we call, she knows
where I'm standing.
Exactly.
Like, she knows what the deal is.
Right. And you can sort of do that online too, where you could say to a girl, hey, look, you know, I'm really attracted to you. I think we should, I'm not really looking to date seriously right now. But if I do find somebody that's cool, who knows? But right now I just want to have a good time. So, we should meet up. You understand? And then based off of what she's saying with that, you can actually pull that shit off. So it's all dependent on how you set it up. You see what I mean?
All right. Does it matter if it's like during the day or at night, like how I should like approach the situation?
What do you mean as far as like texting her about it?
Like, say like I meet a John like at the gym or like at the mall. Should I like approach it the same way like I would say like at a bar? Because like a bar is like more sexual. So like
right. Well, it's going to be different depending on the context of where you're at. So it's going to be a different vibe at the mall versus at the bar. So if you're at the mall and you just see a girl walking, you might be able to talk to her for maybe 3 minutes or whatever and just get her number and then keep it pushing. But even when you do get her number and you want to hook up, still tell her that. You feel what I'm saying?
Tell her that. All right. Yeah, so I got you.
Right. It's all about setting the joint up. But yo, listen, I got a few more people trying to call in, but I appreciate your call, bro.
All right.
You feel me?
All right. Good luck, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, man. I'll holler at you, man.
Yeah.
Peace.
Good looking. All right.
Crazy. So it's popping up in the chat room, people. You feel me? Man. K Zaggin 20 said, don't take bitches out thinking they will help you smash. Real shit. Yo.
What's going on? It's Cameron from Ohio.
What's popping? What's going on with you?
What's going on, man? So I just got a couple questions, man.
Mm.
So, I've been fucking, a lot of little females lately, you know what I'm saying? I found a little girl that I'm, trying to fuck with for real, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been fucking with so many bitches, it's really ridiculous, but I've been having to put on their neck. Like, my question is, I haven't been giving these bitches, like, so much validation. I haven't really been giving them, like, time to fuck with me. Mm-hmm. Now, this bitch, I haven't been in a relationship in so long that I don't really know what to really do to maintain a relationship, because I'm so, like, I kind of treat these bitches kind of savagely. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't really give validation and shit like that. So how can I be in a relationship and give her the right amount of validation, but not too much to where she just like walk all over me like a simp or some shit.
Well, the thing is, again, like I was telling the other caller, everything depends on how you set shit up. So whenever you're dealing with a girl, right, you're gonna have to give her some sort of attention, in some sort of form or fashion. So her getting validation, like you shouldn't even worry about her getting validation because, she's automatically gonna feel validation based off of whatever you do. So you could talk to a chick once a week and she get validation out of that, or you could talk to a chick every day, she gets validation out of it. Your attention equals validation just in nine times out of 10, depending on what you're doing. Now, there's a difference though. You don't want to give a chick too much validation in the sense of, let's say, calling her every day, telling her how beautiful she is every day, liking all her pictures on Instagram. You don't want to do that shit. But all you want to do is, in this situation, is spend enough time with her to where she's feeling connected to you, but spend enough time away from her to where she starts to actually miss you. So I would say, like, when you first start fucking with a chick, just see her like maybe like once a week. You feel what I'm saying? And just, you chill with her, you hook up with her, and then you do your thing. Be like, yeah, I'll hit you up next week, whatever. You hit her up, and then y'all chill again, y'all hook up, and then you do, and then eventually what's gonna happen is she's gonna start to call you more. Once you start seeing her calling you more, that's when you actually got her. You feel what I'm saying? When you start to see her coming at you a little bit more than you're coming at her, that's when you have her interested in you like that. You see what I'm saying? And what you're doing is, at the same time, you're being able to give her enough attention to where she's getting the amount of validation that she needs to be attached to you, but you're also being away so much to where she's chasing more of that validation through you, which makes her want to keep fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just more like, once a week type shit.
Now what if I was like in a real relationship with the girl and we started living with each other? Now I can't just call her once a week because we're living with each other.
Well, if you're living with each other and that's your girl, what you still want to do is you still want to have your own shit going on. So for example, me and my wife, we live together and shit, but there's times where there'll be like a whole day and a half where I don't see my wife because I'm out doing my thing. I'm out, at a function, event, chilling with my boys, whatever it is. So what it is even when you still live with your girl, and this is the mistake most guys make, is that when they're with their girl, they're all up under her ass. And that's not the way you want to do it. You want to be the type of dude who has a whole bunch of other shit popping off that you do, and you are fucking with that mostly. You understand? So that's supposed to be your main thing. Your girl is supposed to be the addition to you. You understand? Into what you're doing. So if you're with her or you're living with her, yeah, you'll probably see her maybe every night because you're coming home to go to sleep or whatever. But what it also is that you're out doing your thing. So the same rules apply for where she's still yearning for you. Because the thing is, if you are up under her all day, all night, and you ain't doing shit, that's like the easiest way to lose your chick, because she's gonna be like, why is this guy always around and he don't be doing nothing? You know what I'm saying? And so you want to be doing a whole bunch of other shit. But again, you got to set that up to where that's the dynamic in your relationship, because if you don't set it up, you can get manipulated into thinking you should be around her all the time. So then she's going to start saying, oh, I didn't get to see you all day yesterday. I want to spend some time with you, blah, 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 blah. But if you set up the dynamic where it's already known or it's become a habit that, hey, I'm going to usually be out with my boys Wednesday night, so you already know that, so I'll holler at you later when I get back. You feel what I'm saying? And so that keeps her sort of like, interested in the long run. You see what I mean?
Okay, I feel it.
Yeah, man. But y'all, appreciate the call, brother. Got to get a few more of these calls. All right?
All right, easy, man.
All right, be safe. Yeah. Yeah, man. So what is going on? Y'all don't understand. I'm fucking tired as shit. I woke up so early this morning. Trying to get shit popping. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, Mr. Locario. I'm on.
What up? Who's this? What's popping?
This is Ozzy from Miami.
All right, what's going on with you?
Hold on, let me lower the computer. So.
Oh yeah, lower that computer.
I hope you come to Florida before hurricane season.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be back there soon.
Rough down there.
I'm gonna be back there soon.
I want to see that seminar. I just wanted to call you the other day. I had this issue. I'm heading out of the country anyway, but I was at the post office.
Right.
And I was talking to this Hawaiian chick. I have this issue when it comes to the older ones. And she was like, in her 40s. The younger ones, I'm cool with. I don't have a problem approaching or getting whatever I got to do, but I'm having a stumbling block, and I think it's mental or something. I mean, I started the conversation beautifully, and she and everything, and then I was talking to her, we were conversating, and I was getting ready, and I introduced her. I asked her for her name and everything, and all of a sudden, that pissed me off was that I walked away. I was like, what the fuck did I just do?
So you said she just walked away?
No, I walked away. I mean, she was cooperating, cool. I mean, she was upper level. Here in Miami, Coral Gables, and that's the upper scale of the city here. And I was talking to her, and everything was flowing real fine.
Right.
And I don't know. When it comes to those chicks, I have an issue with, I don't know what the hell just happened. I mean, we were getting ready to do everything, and I walk away from it.
Because, well, that's you gotta get rid of that fear, because a lot of guys, they'll be in situations with women trying to talk and make something happen, and sometimes the girls, like you said, they're cooperating, and then you just eject because you are afraid of rejection. Because what happens is, at some point in the conversation, you got to close the deal, which opens you up for rejection. So the thing is that a lot of guys get a feeling of accomplishment just by talking to the girl, but they're scared to take the next step to say, yo, we should get together, hang out, give me a number, or here's my number, take this, so let's make it happen. You see what I mean? So a lot of it is you getting used to closing the deal. So I would say for you is that you got to just get more used to actually closing the deal when you're talking to women. And I would say, and I usually say this to guys who are beginning to learn how to talk to girls, is I say, try to close the deal with every chick. You understand? Even if the chick seems like she's not interested, because what you want to get used to closing the deal. Because once you get used to closing the deal, it becomes second nature. And so what happens is that you get used to the girls rejecting you when you close the deal, and you get used to the girls giving you the number when you close the deal. So you want to get used to both of those things. But once you get used to it, and once you start to be more well-versed when you're interacting with women, you'll start to see more of the women who cooperate, more of the women who most likely are going to give you the number. So then okay, let me close the deal with her more than I'm going to close the deal with this other chick who's not giving me any type of attention. So yeah, you just got to get used to that shit, man.
No, but what I'm saying is you're absolutely right, 100%, when it comes to that type of female, because other females, I don't have no problems with closing the deal out, and it just caught me off guard with that one. What did I just do? Why didn't I close the deal?
Because you was intimidated. You was intimidated. You put way too much value on that chick. That's all that was.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta stop doing that. You gotta be like, yo, it's all the same.
Because I deal with chicks that are 7 and 8 and younger, which I don't have no problem closing the deal. And as far as internet and stuff, I mean, I closed the deal fine, but that one just like, I don't know if that was a burp or what the fuck did I just do?
Right.
Because I get rejected, don't get me wrong. I get my share, a lot of rejections, but I continue. But when that hurt, I surprised me because she was cooperating, and I just like, what the fuck did I just do? It's just, and you're right, probably because I was too attached to the outcome
exactly.
of it.
Right, that's what it is.
That situation, and she was from Hawaii, and I mean, everything was flowing well, perfect. If she was older, I gotta get used to over that hurdle with the older honeys that I'm trying to get over with, not the younger ones. The younger ones are I'm good at. I don't have no problem. I just that age group 40 and up, I keep having issues with mental stumbling blocks.
It's because I'm telling you, putting them on a pedestal, man. Because usually it's the other way around. Like usually guys they're more intimidated to talk to the fucking younger chicks. You know what I'm saying? So if you are cool with talking to the younger chicks,
in that process.
Say that again.
I'm reversing the process. I'm intimidated to talk to because the young ones are easy. I mean, I can mostly 99, not 99, I think about 80% of it, I can smashing the first night.
Right,
and when, that's not exaggerating, by the way. It's either the first night or for sure the second night. If not, I leave it alone.
Right.
And especially and I got experience because I go to foreign countries. I'm going out of country, and the honeys are there. I got 8, 9, but they're the young ones that are 35 and under. I mean, that's a piece of cake. I mean, I mean, but here in the States, when I get to that age group, I just like, man, I get all the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I'm tired of these low level honeys. I want to get a decent one.
Right. Nah, I'm telling you, just look. All you got to do, you got to stop being intimidated by these chicks and use that same energy you be using to fuck with the younger ones, with the older chicks. And shit'll turn out, a little smoother. You feel me? But yo, listen, I gotta take a few more calls. Cats is calling like crazy, but appreciate it. All right, man. Be safe, bro. Yeah, man. But yeah, you guys gotta get just used to talking to these chicks. It's crazy. But caller number 646-481-3901. Man. All right, let me see what this is. Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yeah, it's Kwame.
Alright, what's going on with you?
From London, yeah.
Alright. So what's the deal, bro?
Well, hold on, one second.
Oh, you gotta get ready, guys. You gotta get ready when you call up.
Yeah, I couldn't hear. It was a bit messed up.
What's going on with you?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm chilling.
Basically, like, how's the best way to approach women? Because sometimes I go up to women, like, and then sometimes they're like, when they look at me, they're like, what the hell is this guy on?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, like, sometimes they think, like, I'm gonna, like, maybe attack them, or I don't know what it is, but...
So how do you approach women? What do you generally do? Like, let's say there's a girl there, you see her, you want to go and talk to her, what do you say?
Generally, what I say, I'll probably just say, like before, like, I used to just say just any, like, crazy stuff in it, but, like, these days, I'm kind of trying to tone it down, but, like, I ask her, like, something generic, like, are you from around here, or how's the day, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And then how does she respond to you?
Like, sometimes they're receptive to it, but a lot of the time, some of them are just like, what the hell is this guy trying to, like, do? Or, like, maybe I'll talk to them, but then, after a while, they'll be like, yeah, they seem like they're just kind of not interested.
And see, this is the thing. It's probably what's happening is that while you're talking to them, you're not really moving the situation along. Because if you stop a girl on the street, right, and she's sort of interested in talking to you, or she has a conversation with you a little bit, if you're, kind of nervous, or you don't really know where you're taking the direction of the conversation, she's kind of just like, okay, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So it's very important that you learn how to direct the conversation. You see what I mean? And also, especially when you're on the street, learn how to do that shit quickly. You feel what I'm saying? Because so when you say to a girl, hey, how's your day going? And she's like, oh, I'm fine. And then what happens after that?
Yeah. Oh, what happens after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I get the number, but sometimes, like, they'll end up just saying, oh, like, I have to go.
Mm-hmm. And when do they say this? Do they say this as soon as you start talking to them, or is this after you've been talking to them for a few minutes? They say, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, for like a few minutes or so, like, or sometimes even like 30 seconds or so.
Right. So
like, it's weird.
Right. So what I think it is, it could be this, is that, like you said, if you're talking to them for a while and they're like, oh, I gotta go, it's probably because you're not closing the deal quick enough. You understand? And you're not asserting yourself in a way to where you stop her, you have a little bit of small talk. Yo, what are you up to this weekend? Here's my number. Give me your number. Have a nice day. It's real simple. So the thing is that you want to get into a situation where you get comfortable sort of doing that. You see what I mean? And make it easy for yourself to be able to pull that off in many different situations, because each situation is going to be unique and different, but you should already have sort of like that game plan already once you have been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And also you got to see what's working and what's not, because like you said that you get numbers sometimes. So what happens when you get the numbers?
I think I've been spoken to you about this before, but what happens, like, sometimes, like, I'll arrange a date and just late, or sometimes even, like, I'm dumb as well. Like, sometimes they go, like, actually turn up, but then I'll just cancel, because, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not feeling it on that day or something stupid like that as well.
Oh, so wait, so I think I remember. Wait, hold on. I remember you called last time because you said sometimes you'll cancel.
Funny guy.
So sometimes you said you'll cancel.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
And see, that's the thing right there. That's main. See, oh man, you guys got to understand something. Cause see, so the thing is, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I pay attention to everything. I'm seeing how you're sort of talking to me, and like I'm noticing your like patterns of speech and how you describe stuff or whatever. So a lot of times you're probably doing the same type of stuff with women, and I think I talked about this before. So when you make a date with a woman, right? Unless it's an emergency, unless somebody's dying or you're dying or you don't flake. You understand what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is the fact that you're flaking is showing a part of your personality that happens or that's being shown when you're interacting with these girls. So you have your whole personality when you're probably dealing with these girls and you're talking to them. It's not straightforward. It's not solid. You got to make sure your shit is solid. So when you've been talking to these girls and you approach them and you're having that conversation, it's like boom, boom, boom. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Leave the flakiness and all the indecisiveness and the, all over the place. You have to leave that to women. You see what I'm saying? You're the mountain. They're the fucking wind. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're supposed to be stable. Yeah. So if you flake on a chick, that's directly correlated to the reasons why you're having trouble with getting with other women, because you're giving off this, your personality is like, well, I don't feel like it. I'm going to flake, whatever. So what's going to happen when you talk to women? What happens is that you're not grounded when you're talking to women. So when you're talking to them, that same energy that you use to flake is the same energy that they feel when you're talking to them. So they're feeling like, well, this guy, where's he going with this? What is he saying? What's happening here? And I got to go. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens. So you got to make sure that you're on point at all fucking times. And that's what makes the game easier, because this is what I was telling the last caller, is that if you make the shit to where you are sort of like you sort of have like this sort of formula in your own mind, in your own head. And when I say formula, I mean that I meet the girl, I get her information, I hit her up, I set a date, we go on the date. And then and do that over and over again. There's no flaking, there's no none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why this is what I'm telling you. You got to make sure you stop all that flaky, crazy shit, because that's translating into the interactions you're having with these girls. You see what I'm saying? Because even when I asked you, I said, so what do you do and what do you say to these girls? You were saying, oh, well, I don't know, maybe I say this, and then sometimes, and then I might say...
it just depends.
No, but this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when I ask you something, right, your response should be so on point and tight that it flows smoothly. So if I ask somebody, okay, you're having trouble with girls, what do you say when you meet a chick? Okay, so for example, I go up to a girl, I say, hey, how you doing? She might say, I'm fine. And then I say, oh, so what are you up to today? You know what I mean? Like, you already know. You feel what I'm saying? You already have that back and forth, just strictly explaining it to me. Because if you can explain that to me that smoothly, that's how the girl is receiving you. So when you're explaining stuff to me and you're sort of like, I don't know, maybe, so if you have that energy, when you go up to a woman, you go up to a girl and you're like, hey, so how are you? Okay, so you see what I mean? Like, that energy is not there.
I think that's exactly the problem as well, because sometimes I'll talk to them and maybe I'll stumble on something and then it's like, oh crap, Like,
right, and
I'll
that's
try and keep going and stuff, but sometimes they'll see it and it's like, forget this guy and whatnot.
Right, and that's something you have to work on. And I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but what I'm saying is that the way that you come across, you see what I'm saying? That's how you're also gonna be coming across to women, because it's all sort of connected in how you do other facets of your situation. Now, sometimes there are different things that happen. Like you might be this way, and you might be that way. But generally, if you're calling and I'm saying to you, hey, what's going on? And I'm not just singling you out. I'm talking about, this happens a lot where people call in and they're not, because you notice you called in and you was like, hold on, wait a second. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, those things are in your character, and that's throwing off the situation. So you got to be more on point. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I know, because it gives off like the feeling of lack of confidence and all that
Right,
stuff, innit? Because when you got the
exactly.
smooth talker, it's like, it's like you got all the confidence and whatnot. but-
Exactly. Real shit.
man.
But, yo, listen. Got a few more people calling in, but I appreciate the call, brother. And keep working on it. You feel me? All right?
Yeah.
Peace.
Take it.
Man. That'd be like 8 and 9 of y'all calling in while I be on the phone, and then when I'm not on the phone, the shit be should be empty as hell. Okay, here we go. Let me see who this is. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, Locario, what's good? What's going on?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
This is Wes from Queens.
All right, what's going on with you?
I just had a question. If you don't really fuck with drinking like that, would you still take a chick on a date for drinks?
Yeah,
Like,
I
wouldn't
do
that be
that.
awkward if
I do that sometimes because I don't drink.
she's drinking and I'm not drinking?
Yeah, I don't drink. I'll take a girl to a bar and she could drink if she want, but I get like cranberry juice or some shit or soda or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
And they're usually cool with that? Because most girls are like, oh, I'm not drinking. Man. You're not drinking. Like, it's the awkward shit.
nah, some girl. Well, first of all, don't worry about if she cool with it or not. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, you're not drinking. I don't want. I'm gonna feel bad that I'm drinking and you're not." And it's like, nah, do your thing. Whatever. But the thing is, the reason why I go to the bar is because I like the bar setting. The bar setting is set up for sexual interactions. You understand? Or increasing sexual tension. So yeah, so definitely, even if you don't drink, take them to the spot and be like, yeah, I kind of quit drinking whenever, or I don't really drink, but I wanted to, hang out with you. So yeah, get whatever you want. Do you? You understand? Like, do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing. And so you just keep the conversation going past that. You understand? So it's not really a issue. So the thing is, you could definitely go and take them to the bars and shit. Because that's what I always do. I stay going there. I get me the cranberry juice, and that shit be popping. You feel what I'm saying? So
Exactly. And then another thing I wanted to ask you, do you keep it short at the bar too? Like, say you're at the bar and you see multiple different women that you want to fuck with, not just that one chick. Are you just like, how you say, like, fuck with the short game, talk to them real quick, and then keep it moving?
Right.
Are you playing that same game at the bar where, like, you're chilling with the boys, you're going to be there for a minute, like, you're going to be there for 2 hours?
Right.
Are you still want to give her 5 minutes and then moving on, or
well,
you chilling with her if y'all vibing right?
Well, what I do is I always talk to the one that I really want to talk to first. So let's say there's like 10 girls in a spot that I want to talk to or I think is cute. I talk to the one that I really want to talk to, first. Then if she's feeling me and we going back and forth or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it all depends on the situation, because let's say it's a situation where she's just there with her girlfriend or something, and then her girlfriend leaves and she's still chilling with me, and even if I'm with my boys, I could probably go back to her spot that night or whatever. You understand? Because we having that interaction. So if the interaction is leading itself to the sexual situation, I'm gonna just spend time on her and bounce with her. But you gotta make sure that you notice that she is like that, because you don't want to waste the whole night talking to her and then she start fronting. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that she's actually really trying to go down that route with you. And the thing is, a lot of times you see that it'll be blatantly obvious a lot of times how she's coming at you, but you also have to say certain things and do certain things to test how serious she is. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm talking to the girl and this is the first girl that I really like, and I'm talking to her, and let's say we flirting, and let's say I got my arm around her a little bit at this point, and she's real close to me or whatever, and I might, whisper in her ear, and I'll be like, yo, I think we need to get out of here so I can take you back to your spot and fuck the shit out you. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll say that, and then based off of how she's responding to that, if she's like into that, or if we start kissing and everything, then it's like, okay, cool, let me get this shit going. If it's not like that, if I'm trying to flirt with her, she's not being receptive, or she's on some other shit, I just move on to the next girl. You see what I move on to the second girl that I like in there, and then I try the same thing with her. You see what I'm saying?
What you're making sure that she's not around though, right? Because what if it's like a small intimate spot?
Right. Well, the thing is, and this is the thing. That's why, you know, a lot of times, if it's a small spot, you know, you got to do it like a little bit more discreet. Like you can't. This is why it's very important to see where the girl is going with the situation, because you don't want to waste time on a girl who is gonna be, you know, on some bullshit at the end of the night. So even if it's a small spot, and I was flirting heavy with this girl, and then I move on to the next girl. Let's say that girl was near, and she sort of like saw whatever. You understand? What I do is I move on to the next girl, right? And with her, I don't necessarily even jump on her like how I was doing the other girl, because now what's going to happen is that she's going to think, oh, why isn't he hollering at me like he was hollering at her? He must not really like me, whatever. But I'm still giving her a little bit of attention. So it causes that uncertainty within her, because her ego, because this is what's going to happen. You don't want it to go from her thinking, oh, this guy just jumps on any chick. You want it to go from you dealing with that one girl on some sexual shit, then moving on to the other girl and sort of like slowly doing it with her, because you don't want her to, you want her to have the thought process of, oh, why is he not doing this with me? He must not like me, or he must be picky, which is why he's not doing it, versus you're just jumping all over her and it seems like you're just taking anybody, because her ego will cock block you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're sort of, you know, moving around and doing that shit correctly. You feel me? But yo, listen, I got a few more people calling up in here. So, you know, I appreciate the call, bro, all right?
All right, good looking, my dude.
All right, man. Peace. All right. Man, a lot of people calling up today, man. Shit is crazy. RT Clancy say you're not going to use any of this advice on a girl you really care about. Oh, man. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up? It's the Locario, man. I just watched one of your nice guy videos. So, I was wondering, like, I know the definition of nice guy and all that, but sometimes, you know, like, sometimes you want to be yourself. Like, me personally, I'm an asshole. Like, I'm an asshole in real life. Like, people tell me that, my friends tell me that. Some other girls I had before, they told me, like, I'm an asshole. Like, all I do is talk shit all day. So, like, if I be my actual self, like, and I don't have, like, shit to say, like, shit nice to say sometimes, you feel me? Like, sometimes I don't have nothing to say. So, like, sometimes I just don't be myself. Like, I'm scared I might offend her.
Well, that's the thing. You don't worry about none of that shit. See, it's basically, because when we talk about nice guys and bad boys and all that other shit, those are just archetypes. Those are just two different types of ways of being that people sort of like engage in. Now, the thing is, if you're naturally like on some asshole shit, or you just have a smart mouth and you say a whole bunch of crazy shit or whatever, and that's really you, what you want to do is really be you, because it's going to be authentic. So it's the same way where when a guy is actually a nice person, see, there's a difference between being a nice guy and being like a good person or a nice person. When we say nice guy, we're just talking about it in the context of the dating game, meaning the nice guys are the guys who kiss ass and suck butt for you know, when it comes to women. What we're talking about in any situation is to be who you are and be yourself, because when you be yourself, the attributes of the bad boy come out more. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So it's not about you trying to fake, or you trying to pretend, or you trying to be a certain way to get a girl. It's basically you just being yourself. So let's say, for example, you chilling with a girl and you know, she says, hey, let's go to see this movie. And you're like, nah, I'm not really trying to see that movie. That shit look like it's whack, right? And that's how you authentically feel. Right, that's how you really feel. But a nice guy, what he's gonna do, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go see that movie, and just agree with everything she's saying, because he's trying to get, you know, go along with the bullshit. And so that's the difference. And so a woman can sense when a guy is being authentic or when a guy is being on some bullshit. You see what I mean? And this is why I always find it funny when dudes are so, you know, gung-ho on lying to chicks, because a lot of times you know, when you lie to chicks, they could sniff out a lot of that shit at the end of the day, because usually you're lying to them based off of what you think they want to hear. And so that also gets into nice guy territory. You get it? You're starting to say what you think she wants to hear in order to get her, instead of just being yourself and being honest. You see what I mean?
Right.
So,
sometimes I don't know. Like sometimes I watched another damn coach. He was just saying like being yourself is not enough, which I disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can self-improve. You feel me? Just improve your communication skills overall and just other shit in general.
Mm-hmm. You know why they say that? You know why they say being yourself is not enough? Because what happens is most people are actually not being themselves. That's why they think being yourself doesn't work, because you're not. When a person thinks they're being themselves, they're not really being themselves. So, for example, and I've used this example before, if a guy sees a woman across the room and he thinks she's hot and he wants to fuck the shit out of her, and he's thinking, damn, I would love to lift her skirt up, fuck the shit out of her, and eat her pussy, do all this other craziness. Why is it when he goes over there to talk to her, he mentions nothing about sex? He mentions nothing about, you know, eating her pussy. He mentions nothing about trying to get with her. He's just on, hey, how you doing, miss? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. So he's doing that all the fucking time without actually saying the things he wants to say and do with the girl. So is he being himself or not? You see what I'm saying?
He's not saying what he wants to say.
Right, he's not being himself. Right, because if he was being himself and he said all that shit to the girl, he had that energy of, look, we need to get together. When are you free? We got to make something happen. You're like, you looking sexy as fuck. Let's do this. Let's do that. Then the girl will more likely be gravitating to him, because she's like, oh shit, this guy, he's letting it be known. Like that's what's up. And so
the energy will be different, right?
Right. You see what I'm saying? So, you know,
right.
So that's what it is, man. That's what it really is. But yo, I appreciate the call, brother. I got to get a few more of these calls before we end this. You feel me?
Okay. But do you think, like, was like a girl would like be offended, like was she like your attraction like would be killed, like if you just said something offensive?
Wait, say that again?
Like if you think like the attraction would be killed, like you just said something offensive, like
No. And real quick before I let you go, what you guys gotta understand is that women don't get turned off by you offending them. Women get turned off by guys that they don't like, and they use the offended thing as an excuse. Do you understand? So, for example, if a guy that she doesn't like, some beta male type of dude, says something, she's gonna be like, oh my God, why did you say that? That's disgusting, and you're disgusting, and blah, 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 blah. She's acting offended so that she doesn't have to deal with rejecting you, because she's saying like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, whatever. Another dude who she's sort of feeling, and she's feeling that vibe, he could say the same shit. That chick's gonna be giggling, smiling, you know, oh my God, you so crazy, whatever. It's not about offending a chick is not the thing that makes them not like you. You understand? It's just they don't like you, and they trying to use that as an excuse as to why they're not fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about offending. You got to just be you, do you, because the girls who are feeling you, they are going to be feeling you based off of the fact that you're you, and they want a guy who is like you. You understand? So that's what it is. You feel me? All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you later, man. All right, peace. All right, let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Locario, what's good? This is Mike Gates from Chicago.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
Shit, man, I've been trying to get on for a minute, man. What's good, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm like, I need to get some more energy. I've been working too much. You know what I mean? I gotta take a fucking nap.
Hey, I got this fucking recipe. I got this fucking stress relief tea for guys that like to fucking be all anxious and stuttering while they're with the females.
Right.
Man, this shit is good. It's yogi stress relief tea. Take that shit, man. That shit's like smoking a blunt. You just relax, all cool and shit.
Right. Nah, real shit, man. So what else going on with you though?
Shit, man. The other day, you know how Chicago is. It's been cold as fuck and shit. The other day, Saturday, it was sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I fucking pulled 3 bitches and I fucking knocked off one the same day I met her. You know what I mean?
Nice. See, you know what it is.
You know what it is. The sun comes out, the vitamin D is rolling, so you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As long as the sun is out, I'm good, man. Shit, I can't wait to fucking... How was you went to Florida or some shit not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I was over, I was over in Orlando, like a few weeks ago.
Man,
yeah, and yo, the chicks down there are thick as fuck. I was like, God damn. Like, it's crazy.
I need to go down there, man, because they're going to feel my Chicago swag. They're going to be like, man, you're from Chicago.
Right.
Shit,
yeah, the chicks down there.
Did you get that? Huh?
Nah, I'm saying the chicks down there were ridiculous. I was like, God damn. It was like every 8 out of 10 chicks was thick as fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
But we hear these Chicago bitches, they're rough. You know what I'm saying? So are they friendly over there? Where like you could talk to them because these bitches over here, you talk to them and they just fucking look at you and keep on walking.
Nah. The chicks was receptive as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so easy to talk to them down there. They just a little bit more receptive than I think like places like New York, maybe California, and you know a few other places. It might, you know, in America, it might be a little bit difficult than other places. But when I was down there, you know, motherfuckers it was just, you know, easy to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're extremely receptive, heavy. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Plus, we being, like, not from there is gonna really attract attention. Like, who the fuck is this different
Right. Exactly.
Okay, I gotta go, man. But, man, hey, check this out, though. But, yeah, there's one female that I hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, what's up? Let's go for a little ride. She hopped in the car and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, made her feel comfortable, had the conversation going, let her plug up her phone.
Right.
You know, I got an auxiliary cord for these bitches to plug up whatever phone they want, you know, get them all in their feelings and be happy, whatever, you know.
Right.
And I'll be like, what's up? You know, I show them a picture of my dog. Dude, I got a 3-pound Yorkie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So... And they fall in love with him. I'm like, what's up? You want to come inside, you know, check out my dog? I'm like, yeah. So the dog gets them happy as hell. And it kind of like loosens them up.
And you find out you're using your dog to get these chicks. That's what's up. That's game right there. That's all it, dude.
He is the game. Locario
this is what guys got to understand.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's part of it, though. Because it's like, you know, you could walk around, you know, females like start, I want to, you know, fucking play with him and shit. He's only 3 pounds and shit. You know, who would have thought I would have got a 3-pound dog? Guys get pit bulls and shit, but women love dogs.
Right.
But
Exactly.
This, you know, this is a little ass dog, but you know, they like it. You know, I guess, you know, it stimulates their emotions. But shit, whatever it is, whatever it takes, you know, that's how like dudes get females with little babies. So they take the little son, the girls go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
You tapping into those emotions and the feelings, and like, oh my God, it's so cute. And then it's like, you know, then you got them. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me?
It's like the fucking, the spider web. You're in my spider web, I got you.
Exactly.
You know? But it is what it is, though. Hey, but the guys got to get up on these chiropractic adjustments, this fucking tea, and these cold showers, man. They start feeling cool, man. I understand these guys, especially your guy from London. I said that before. He stutters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have that problem, too, because I was going through a lot of stress and shit.
Right.
Chiropractic adjustments, that shit will release the tension.
Right.
Them cold showers, I learned that from Eddie Fuse, where that shit knocks out that fucking approach.
Right.
Cold showers, you can talk to 10 bitches a day, no problem with them cold showers.
Shout out to my dude Eddie Fuse too. If you guys haven't seen the interview with me and Eddie Fuse, make sure you go on the channel and type in you know, Eddie Fuse on my joint, and you'll see me and him, you know, did an interview. But I think we did like 2 interviews, one a while ago. But Eddie Fuse is on a whole nother level. Eddie Fuse goes the fuck in. You feel what I'm saying? So if y'all really want to get it in, you got to definitely listen to that dude. He goes the fuck in. Like, you know, he's on some tight shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, dude, so what, you sell the teas and the chiropractic shit and all that, or you just know somebody who do it?
No, well, shit, I learned the chiropractic from Corey Wayne, but I was doing that before him. The tea, you could go on Amazon.com. It's Yogi Stress Relief Tea.
Okay.
Yogi.
That's what I
maybe
fucking
your
need.
Your nearest health food store. But this fucking tea, dude, man, you'd be so mellowed down and just so right. So, you know, the cold showers, that shit just, like, it helps you out with your sex drive, where it just knocks it down, but it really helps it. You know what I mean? Where you don't be fucking, you know, they do that shit in the prisons too. That's where motherfuckers be nice and calm and shit.
Right.
Instead of being all thirsty and shit. But like, I take a cold shower when I know I'm about to go out with a female.
Right.
And when I'm with her, I'm sipping on my tea, so I'm relaxed and mellow. I'm not thirsty, grabbing her, touching her, being all needy. I'm just relaxed, smooth, laid back, listen to some music, listen to her talk. asking questions, answering her fucking, using her own answers, like, on some fucking reverse psychology type shit.
Right.
Just repeating this shit backwards, making her feel like I'm listening to it. But, yeah, man, I'm just cool, and, they love it, because most guys, 9 times out of 10, they're fucking trying to grab them, pull their fucking panties down in the car, all kinds of shit, just be chill and shit,
Right. Now you gotta let the shit flow, B. You know what I mean? That's what dudes gotta understand. That shit got to flow. You feel me? That shit gotta flow, man.
And the shit was that, I used one of the approaches off, the book, your book, about the approach where, presenting yourself with shit around the area.
Right.
So it was really about, the conversation started about the mirror on her car and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, your mirror's fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know a spot where you could get it, and let me get your number. We can, take a ride and go grab that mirror or some bullshit.
Right.
Shit like that,
See, you on that smooth shit. You on that smooth shit. That's what I'm saying, man. This is why we trying to get guys to get to that point. You see, like, and this is what I was telling the dude earlier. I said, when you're dealing with chicks, it should feel natural. Like, everything should flow in this natural type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because you sort of knew what you was doing, but to her, it's like, oh yeah, my America does look kind of crazy. Yeah, we should definitely do that, blah, blah, blah. And it just flows. You feel what I'm saying? Just in regular conversation. So I'm like, that shit is dope, man.
Right. Locario, I mean, it took me about 2-3 years to study. I'm continually studying.
Right.
Now, one thing that, going back with exes, now I noticed that these bitches always try to come back proving themselves to me. Like, one came back, I'm a manager, I'm this.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 cars now.
Right.
I guess, because, I got money, you know what I'm saying? I'm decent where I'm at. I guess they come back trying to, like, let's say, defeat them with success.
Right. They trying to stun on you.
But they can never compete, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, women, they always try to compete, but it's like, I already been there, I've done that. Yeah, more props to you, that's what you should be doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not, that's like, you wiping your ass and I'm giving you credit to wipe your ass. No, that's some shit you're supposed to be doing. Like,
Right, exactly. But yeah, they just trying to stun on you now because, they think, and they think that dudes are gonna be impressed by all of that shit, and it's like, okay, whatever, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, because they're impressed by that shit. So when they see you being up on your shit, that's when they're really impressed. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude looks at it and he's like, yeah, that's cool, but that's good, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's all
good.
it is, man.
That's what a boss bitch is supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And keep on doing it.
Right. Real shit, man. Real shit. But yo, listen. I'm gonna have to go because I got a few more people trying to call in. I'm gonna get a few more people before we end it. All right, but yo, I appreciate the call. I appreciate you calling all the time, letting these cats know what's popping in the game. You feel me?
All right, cool. I'll hit you up. Locario, much love.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna let you. All right.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, man. Yeah, see him, my dude Ojani. Cats is out here getting it. That's what I love to fucking hear, man. That shit is just like, it's fucking great. You said, how do you convince a woman to have anal sex? You don't gotta convince her. She'll let you know a lot of times. And then you have some who never been introduced to it, so you gotta, like, hey, what do you think about this? And then see how she responds to that shit. Yeah, what's going on?
What's good with you, Locario? This is Infinite Ism out of Oakland.
What up, bro? What's going on with you, man?
Oh, man, I'm all good, brother, man. How about yourself?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I wanted to talk about, just when you have conversation with a bitch and, you're trying to develop a vibe with a bitch. And what I was noticing, and I know you always mentioned it before in the past, where it's like you want to have a non-judgmental vibe to you. You feel me? Like, you want to have a non-judgmental vibe, but at the same time, you still got rules and regulations and, a level of integrity when it comes to yourself. But when it comes to what other people do, I learned, because I'm not going to front, like, I could come off judgmental sometimes.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and I've learned, when you get older, you become more open-minded and you kind of become open-minded with a filter, and you know, you let people do what they do. At the end of the day, even though you got your own rules and shit like that, but like my language when I'm talking to a bitch, like I'm kind of using words like just words like, you know what I mean, like words where you don't want to give off an impression,
right?
Of like, you know, I'm just trying to fuck these bitches, so I'm not trying to give off of any type of impression of, you know, I'm judgmental or I'm not someone that she can trust at giving up the pussy, and I might, you know, be judgmental and be like, oh, you know, this bitch ain't shit, or,
right?
You know what I mean? Like I can't hold a secret.
Right, right. But you know what it is? You know what it is too? I think what guys got to understand is that, see, it's funny how a lot of guys are scared to be upfront with a chick and let her know you're trying to hit it or let her know you want to hook up. But a lot of times letting her know this is the thing that makes it easier for you to hook up. Because if she sees that you're the type of guy who wants that, then it's easier for her to do the thing without feeling like she's being judged to a certain extent. Because she's like, well, this guy wants to do it. I want to do it, so let's do it. Versus if you're pretending that you don't want to do it, or you're sort of like using language or whatever where you're sort of tiptoeing around it, she may not know if you want to do it or not, and she might want to do it, and she's scared to really go to that next level with you because she doesn't want you to judge her as a slut or a whore. Or she's like, oh, I like this guy, but I don't know what he's trying to do, so I don't want to like overextend myself. You see what I'm saying? So if you take the lead and say, listen, you know, what's good? Like, we should get together. I'll come by to your spot. You know, I get some wine and we'll, you know, we'll have some fun at your place. And so now she's like, okay, cool. That's great. You understand? Because now she knows that that's what you want and that's what you're about. Because she also wants that and that's what she's about. You see what I mean? So, you know.
Yeah, nah. Because, you know, I ain't going front. Like, growing up, you know, we've been programmed to think like, you know, if a girl sleeps with, you know, a bunch of dudes or whatever, they hoes. You know what I mean? They all these, and I'm like, look, at the end of the day, like, all these bitches is fucking, ain't nothing wrong with it, you know. Everybody grown. There's nothing wrong. Sex is the most natural, one of the most natural things.
Right.
You know, to ever do, just like drinking water and eating food. It's a natural thing. So, you know, I've learned to, like, because I've used in front of bitches, like, words like, oh, she a hoe. You know, just different type of words where you give off an impression that now you making a bitch might have a guard up, or she's like, oh, this dude might be judgmental.
Exactly.
She a hoe. What is he gonna think about me? Now, this bitch was probably, you know, she's probably out here fucking or whatever. Most likely, now she might not give up the pussy to you easily now because she's like, oh. Because, you know, bitches is going to conform to your ideas.
Exactly, so right. I was about to say that. That's
she's going to be judgmental, too. She's going to be like, oh, you know, even though she ain't shit, even though she out here fucking, she's going to try to come off, well, at least with the timing in regards to her time with you, she's going to be as judgmental as well, too.
Right. And the thing is, if, you know, a lot of times, sometimes chicks already put you in categories at first. So, like, she might see you as a dude who she wants to just have sex with. But if you think, oh, well, girls don't like to have sex, so I got to pretend that I don't want it and then pretend that I want something more and do all this other goofy shit. Now you're missing out on having sex that you could have had real easily, and then that would have been the shit. You understand? Because, dude, there's times, man, it's so many times where I've met chicks just off of Tinder, B. Like, literally, a chick will call me at, or like, you know, message me at maybe like 10 p.m. or some shit. And she'll be like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, I'm chilling. What you up to? And then she's like, hey, do you want to come over? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, so I remember one time I met this one girl at this bar that was near me. We talking or whatever. We at the bar for maybe like 15 minutes or some shit. And then straight from the bar, we go to her spot, which is like 2 blocks down. And so I started talking to this girl at like 10. And by midnight, we fucking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, some chicks, they'll see you as that dude that they want to do that. But you have to also, on your end, display that you want that too. That you're not being the type of guy who is, because a lot of guys pretend, so they're like, I'm going to pretend I don't want it so that I don't scare her off. You're not scaring chicks off. Chicks want dick too. You understand? They want to have sex too. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to be the guy who's preparing that situation. You got to be the guy that's okay with that. It's like I was telling the other caller a while ago where I was saying that there has to be cooperation on both sides. So it's the same thing where if a chick wants to give you some pussy, you also have to be that guy who is like, yes, I want some pussy and I'm not gonna judge you. You understand? I'm doing the same thing you doing. We all fucking you know, adults here. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get it popping. Versus if you pretending to be a certain type of dude and be like, oh yeah, you know, I want to take stuff slow because I like to get to know someone, blah blah blah. Then she's gonna think, damn.
Exactly.
She'll be like, damn, I wanted to fuck this guy, but now he's talking all that other shit. So now I gotta pretend I don't want to fuck, and then we, you know what I'm saying? So, so that's.
Or even now, like, it's very important to just not even to, you know, give off the impression that you're not just like you just said, the game is all, you know, intermingled. You know, it's
right.
intermixed where, you know, interconnected. I mean, where just you as a person, you know, once you experience things, you become non-judgmental. Well, at the same time, you're still gonna be open-minded with a filter. Like, you still gonna have your rules, and you gotta be stern, and you gotta be real stern with them rules, and you can't let nobody distract you or pull you away. But at the same time, like when you're talking to, I've noticed, like, let's say I'm talking to a female before, and I'm probably not like non-judgmental to her,
right?
But in my language, let's say if somebody else might come up or whatever, and I'll be judgmental about them.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
And when you do that enough. You do that more than enough, because the female, she gonna pay attention to everything you're doing. She's gonna be like, oh, okay, let me, you know, try to come off on some girlfriend shit.
Right.
Even though you probably, you know, and if you're looking for a girlfriend, go ahead, do what you do. But I'm just saying, me purposely, like, you know, I'm just trying to fuck. So, you know, it's very important for dudes, like, to lock in on that mind state of just every time you go outside, just lock in and know your purpose and know what you want. You feel me? So when you're talking to these bitches, you feel me? You have a take it or leave it attitude.
Right.
And you're not, and a lot of dudes thinking, like, when a female, like, you know, of course, reject you or whatever, they thinking that they losing or they doing something wrong. It's like, nah, you just got to keep pushing, because it's going to be a bitch out there that's going to be choosing. There's been times where a bitch chose hard, and, you know, let's say if I got rejected, let's say 20 times, right? And let's say just one bitch is choosing, I wasn't prepared to get chosen now because I let the other 20 rejections fuck up my mind state. You feel me?
Facts. Exactly. Now, real shit, bro. You spitting that heavy fucking game. But damn, oh shit, it's almost 5:30 in this motherfucker. But yo, listen, I appreciate the call, man. You got call back next week or Wednesday. I might do another one Wednesday. Definitely, man. Always love when you come through and drop that shit. You feel me?
Oh, definitely, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm hit you.
Definitely, bro. All right.
All right, peace. All
right, people. Shit, it's about that time. Man. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm like high right now. My mind and my body is all weird and shit. It's crazy. But let me shout out to all the people in the spots. Shout out my dude Sean Steed, moving in silence, always getting it in. Anina Brody, Innovation YGO, JJ Redwood, Myth Twist. Who else? DJ Batman, Beauty Ween. Who else we had up in here? Lexus 199 or 119. Death Row Camp. My dude Mike Segura. Who else we had up in this building? Man, J Raw, Savage YT. Who else we had? Chike Almadi, my dude Dreaded P, Eddie N, True Blad. Man, I appreciate all of you guys, you know, stopping by, man. Oh Johnny, up in the building. Rob Cruz, the Smack of Death, hilarious. Young Geezer, man. But yo, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Remember, April 14th, 2018. 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. I'm going to be having the seminar. I got to put all this stuff together to get the tickets ready for you guys. You guys can get your tickets. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this one. This one is crazy, and we're going to be setting up other stuff in other parts of around the country. We're trying to just figure all that out now. But yeah, we're going to make it happen. So guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you go to MrLocario.com or click the link below to get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get the ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. If you get the hard copy, you will get an autographed copy. Also, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Patreon.com/Mr. Locario, where you can hear all of the Bad Boy Show episodes, all the new ones. And you can also get exclusive video, content that we have only on the Patreon. All right. And make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the membership. and become a Bad Boy member so you can get that exclusive game. You feel me? So, man, I appreciate all of you guys rocking with me. You said, how much will the tickets be? I'm not even sure yet. We got to figure all that shit out. Like, I literally just booked the spot today, so we got to figure all of that shit out. And then, I will definitely let you guys know. I'm going to get back to you guys with all of the information. You feel me? All right, so, guys, have a good weekend, man. Have fun. Do you. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.